I've been losing a lot in Hearthstone lately. I probably played maybe 15 games, lost about 12 of them. It really plays on my psychology, my anger. I get really angry because of these losses. I can understand how like somebody who is very attached to the sports teams get upset about them losing and all that. I don't feel that with sports, but I certainly feel that with this game. I used to feel it with World of Warcraft. It was just like there, there's just like one extra move or something. I try to keep telling myself, maybe if I did this different, maybe if I did that different. But I have to recognize that the cards are arranged randomly in the deck, and I pull them out randomly, so I'm not really always set up to win. Even the best players don't get 100. They don't win 100% of the time. But it's really frustrating still. Even knowing that some of the gameplay is out of my hands, I'm able to sit back and recognize that, but it still pisses me off as I'm losing. Um, and going back to sports, I recall back in high school, I when I played, I got upset. I cared about losing and not doing good in like football. Not so much wrestling, but just like team sports, it'd make me mad. But it's like, there's elements where it's in my control, and there's elements where it's out of my control. And it'd get me upset when I knew that there were elements when it was in my control in some way. All right, if I just watch a sports team, I don't care. Um, but on another level, with investing in stocks, when they were up and down, that would play with my emotions as well. When they're doing good, I felt good. When they're doing bad, I felt bad. And I was emotionally attached to that, partly because I had the decision to get in and get out. I think that's probably why I got emotionally attached to that. I had control. I had a sense of control over how long I held in that stock. So that's what really gets my emotions going is I understand there's a sense of lack of control, but when I know that I can have some control in it, I really get emotionally involved. Um, I'm not detached. I'm not emotionally detached to it so much. So it's that balance. And this card game really plays on that balance. 'Cause those cards in my deck, I can choose which cards I put into my deck, which makes it extra frustrating. I'm like, when I'm in losing battles, it's like, the next card that comes up, it's like I chose that card to play. It's just how it's arranged when I get it. It's really frustrating. There's certain classes that are worse than others that I recognize. The Warlock and Shaman are terrible. All right. They only for the daily quest, they were only given win 2 games and you get whatever 40 gold, and the other classes are like win 4 games. So the developers might recognize that it's just more difficult to win games with the 2 classes of the Shaman and the Warlock. But it's just this game is just it's interesting. I feel really good when I'm able to win, and I feel really down when I'm losing, and it's just I don't know if I should be continuing to play my emotions like that, especially when there's nothing to gain. With the stock market, there was something to gain. I was able to increase my money a little bit, but that was I'd say that's a time with the stock market where in the early 2000s everything was going up. Now it's more pick and choose, but you could still pick winners like if you did Apple or Google. Um, but back in the early 2000s, you could pick almost anything and win. I think. Well, there were some losers, but I don't know. it's just a matter of keeping your emotions in check while you're doing this stuff.